Welcome back to Nerdrotic Live. My name is Gary Beekler, and I come to you from nerdrotic.com. And this is a recap of the Doom Patrol, Season 1, Episode 13, Flex Patrol. And we have Flex Mentallo walking straight out of the pages of the Charles Atlas ad in the comics that all of us grew up with. Well, old farts like me all recognize that guy. And there's a really interesting story behind how DC never really got sued. It was considered fair use under the parody law. And the interesting thing that I have brought up before is Warner Brothers, who owns DC, really loves to hit people with copyright strikes, blatantly misusing the copyright system here on YouTube, blatantly striking us down when we have fair use on all of their stuff, but they are the quickest to pull the trigger. So I find that ironic. Hello, everybody. I'll get to the chat here. So I will briefly talk about the episode, then we'll get to you. I thought this was a pretty good episode. They wrapped up one story way too quick. And it really got meta as hell, as it's supposed to, and breaks the fourth wall at the end. And it really was hilarious. I was laughing my ass off at the end. So first question we got to ask ourselves is, are we going to get a season 2? I don't know. I maybe on the Warner Brothers streaming service, but that's still a ways off. The rumors have been squashed a little bit, but they haven't been denied that the DC streaming service probably won't be around much longer. And I don't know about you guys, I have tons of problems with the streaming service. It always quits on me. I've got to restart it, and I've got gigabyte internet. I've got good internet, maybe a questionable machine, but what's up? How's it going? Father Christopher Miller, Halam 899, Rebecca Gold, Siziggy 94. How you doing? So we start out. They got captured by the Bureau of Normalcy. They are breaking out we didn't get to see, did we see any more of the butts? I don't know if we saw any more of the butts, but the butts got out. Man eating butts, women eating butts. They're not sexist butts, but they're hungry, and they were eating and destroying everybody. The Doom Patrol manages to get out. They teleport. Of course, not before Cliff is being chastised for mansplaining. And God, I know. And I completely agree with Cliff. This is one of those times where we just need to focus on getting out of here. And we start out the episode with a little flashback with Flex Mentallo. And he's with his lady Dolores, and they're having a nice little picnic. And you see his powers. His powers are cool. Every time he flexes his muscle, he can make something appear. You know, he makes a rose appear when he flexes his butt muscle, and everything a lady would like, I guess. But she likes his smile, and they have a little date, and he's called over by a little kid, and there's a cat caught in a tree. And of course, this is the Bureau of Normalcy, and he looks at the cat, and the cat sucks him in somewhere, probably to the Bureau of Normalcy, and he is disappeared. And what happens to him? And is it Dolores or Dolly? I can't remember. Is horrific. This show, in all its weirdness, can really get horrific. And we will get to that. So in the meantime, Larry is separated from the negative spirit permanently, and they can go about their own ways. But we're seeing that Larry's getting a little sick. Also, when we make it back, they get teleported back to the mansion. They managed to take Flex with them because the negative spirit took his remote control away from him. So he was mesmerized with the TV, and we find out why, which again is pretty effed up. And there is a connection between Flex and Larry. We're still no closer to the chief. Now, apparently Flex can get them closer to the chief, but this has been a constant. It reminds me a little bit of Alias. In a weird way. I don't know if you ever watched Alias, but Sydney always had to get a USB drive in Montigua, and then had to go back to Hawaii to get whatever computer. It would only work on a specific computer. So, and then she'd have to go to Russia to find the guy who could turn on that computer to get the Rambaldi device. So that's what we've been doing for Doom Patrol. We're trying to get to the chief, and we're doing all these random meandering things to get to the chief. And Mr. Negative is completely in control of this narrative, by the way, and such a powerful villain too. And which is when I say Mr. Negative, Mr. Nobody, I'm sorry, and played to perfection by Alan Tudyk, and not a lot of Timothy Dalton. I guess that's, even though he was sold as the chief, he's only in this show as a special guest star. So I'm guessing if this show continues, it probably won't. They will go chiefless. And I think they've been hinting, the chief's kind of old. How is he possibly this old? So we're going to have to answer that question as well. So they teleport back to the mansion, and then Vic and his dad is not dead. Vic was tricked by Mr. Nobody into beating the crap out of his dad, which was horrible. So Vic was sidelined completely. He doesn't want to put Grit back in, and he's teleported to the hospital alone. Of course, they take Elastigirl with them eventually, and she sits there, and we get a special guest appearance by Ed Asner, just out of freaking nowhere. Ed Asner. It's like, Ed Asner has been old my entire life. So my earliest memory of Ed Asner is, oh God, what's her name show? I'm having a live stream brain fart right now, but you know who I'm talking about. She was in the Dick Van Dyke Show. So yeah, Ed Asner's been old my entire life, and he was in Cobra Kai season 1, and he might be in season 2. I haven't finished season 2 yet. And yeah, he's still kicking, which is great. So he has a little chat with Elastigirl, and we find out the rest of what is being held over her. And we found out that Elastigirl used to help a producer hook up with women. And then when he hooked up with these women, he would give them roles and they would become stars. Well, it turns out one got pregnant and the producer wouldn't help. And all Elastigirl did was give her $100 and tell her to get out of town. She committed suicide. And she has had that guilt for 60 years. So it's a lot like Larry. They both have kind of gone through their thing. And so has Cliff. So Cliff had the guilt from his daughter. Larry had the guilt from his lover. Listen, Larry not having guilt about his kids is a little off. Even though he wasn't really into his wife, that doesn't change how you feel about your kids. So that's a little weird that he just like, my kids are fine, but I'm really, torn up over this guy who had moved on, by the way. And but I'm glad that story's over because it dragged on way too long. So Rita has kind of gone through her problems now, and now we're somewhat set up for the Doom Patrol. Now, Crazy Jane is never going to be healed. That's kind of part of her persona, being Crazy Jane. Although she didn't tell Cliff to completely F off when he said, "Hey, I'm sorry, I'm here for you," and she actually let him touch her. So that's probably all the closure we're going to get. Very cathartic episode. But the Flex Mentallo stuff was really good. So they got him back to the mansion, and he can't remember who he is. All he wants to do is just watch TV. And then, of course, the Bureau of Normalcy probably just turns him on and has him do whatever they have him do. We never get to see that, but they hold the TV and the remote control over him, and he's addicted to soap operas, and a Cliff guest starred in one, which was pretty funny. They decide to trigger his memory, and we find this out through a flashback back to the Bureau of Normalcy because there was a connection between Larry and Flex Mentallo. They decide to trick Mentallo's memory back with his girlfriend. So we find out that they were torturing her, and they were using that to coerce Flex Mentallo into doing what they want, and he would view it on a television. So that's how he got so addicted to the TV, and they ended up wiping his memory, obviously. And it was horrible. It was horrible. So Dolores, of course, was the one that they were going to meet. Cliff and Crazy Jane were going to meet. And she's the one said, "Look at my elbow." they're able to call her back again. She gets teleported back in by Jane, or I'm sorry, whatever, I can't remember the persona Jane has when she teleports. And Flex gets to see Dolores. He gets his memory back. She gets hers back, and they have a cool little moment. And then that little look at my elbow device causes her to dissolve in Flex's arms, and it was freaking terrible. I was like, damn this show. Damn this show, but it's good. Aside from a couple of woke episodes, major thumbs up on Doom Patrol so far. I'm loving it. Love this episode. That was, again, horrible, but he got his powers back, and that was cool when he flexed and all the lights went throughout. And one thing I do want to say about this show is I love the theme song. I don't know about you guys. It's got the best theme song. I want the soundtrack for Doom Patrol. So make that happen, DC. So we get all wrapped up. We find out Ed Asner was actually Mr. Nobody, and Mr. Nobody was just trying to get everybody. He wanted to battle a super team, but they were just a bunch of like messed up, guilt-ridden losers. So he decided to help them throughout the entire series. He's like, and that didn't. He's all, God, we're 14 episodes in this meandering show, and I finally have a superhero. You got what you want, a superhero team. Good versus evil. And I'm the villain. And then he's like, come and get him. And that's how it ends. And of course, that's my thumbnail. And I thought that was brilliant. He's got a little Doom Patrol t-shirt on, a Doom Patrol DC hat. Kind of want that DC hat. But great episode. Great episode. Pretty damn good series. It's a lot of fun. It's weird. It's not for everybody. If you're looking for boom, boom, boom superhero action, forget it. This is Grant Morrison's Doom Patrol. And the one thing it does explore very well when it doesn't have its woke moments is superpowers gone wrong, and that's what really attracted me to the comic book. It was never about, plus this was edgy stuff when it came out. Like nobody was really doing stuff like this. And when you were subverting the expectation of the superhero, it was kind of a fresh idea in the 80s. Thanks to Alan Moore and Frank Miller, among others. I'm sorry. I know Watchmen is the seminal work that everybody talks about that's taught in schools. They actually have a course here at San Francisco State that teaches, uses Watchmen. Dark Knight Returns was the one that did it for me. I love Watchmen. I read it. I understand it. But the Dark Knight Returns had way more impact because they did it with Batman. And I know Alan Moore wanted to use DC superheroes, and he ended up using a version of the Charlton superheroes. But the flipping the superhero thing on its head was really different in the late 80s, early 90s. It was fresh. I don't know about now, but Doom Patrol has done a good job of keeping it interesting. Because I think the whole, superheroes are just messed up like us. I think that thing has played itself way the hell out, to be honest with you. And I'm more interested in seeing a more complex, rebuilt superhero, which hopefully is next, because we can't go anywhere from here. If we keep just deconstructing, we will just end up with a bunch of little pieces on the floor. So, but Doom Patrol does it well. Doom Patrol understands its source material, and while it does go woke once in a while, it doesn't stay there. It doesn't live there, which is fine. That's fine. I can accept that. I believe in compromises. I do. I'm married. You have to. Let's get to the chat. And plus, Grant Morrison, however I feel about him personally, is a great writer. One of the best writers in comic book history. I enjoy 99% of his work. And yeah, he's a very talented dude. On a personal level, he's a very talented writer. That's all I'll say. I'll say one more thing. He'll do very well in Hollywood. He has the perfect personality for Hollywood. Somebody mentions, have you seen Swamp Thing teaser? Yes, it's freaking great. I'm telling you, that show is going to be great, but it costs too much money and the streaming service is getting scrapped. We were supposed to get 13 episodes and we're only getting 10, and they had to rush the ending. And then they made the actors delete their Instagram posts and their tweets that were complaining about it, because they were complaining. So the ending's going to look rushed and be stupid, but it looks scary as hell. It's supposed to be full-on hard R horror. comic. So they're going a little bit more, but a lot Bernie Wrightson. Right on. Right the F on. Save Doom Patrol. That's right. Really one of the gems out there. And yeah, we've seen some of our great franchises go to hell. We need to prop up what's good. This is good. I don't know if you guys caught the Legion. Now, if you like Doom Patrol and you haven't watched Legion, you will love Legion if you love Doom Patrol. I promise you that. Now, one of the guys who works on Legion worked on the Umbrella Academy. So, and you know what sucks is Noah Hawley, who works on Legion, wrote a Doctor Doom script. Now, Disney is considering it, and I hope they find a way to put that into the MCU, because if Noah Hawley starts working in the MCU and starts working in the next phases, then we can all get our hopes back up again, because he will make good stuff. No vegan butts. Gregory DeGraff. Nice. No notification, Peter Davis. And I'm sorry, I actually got one on my phone, but I didn't get one on my computer. Thank you for the $5 Australian. What did Jesus Christ? Hang on a second. By the way, Peter Davison. Thank you. I will give you a shot on Friday Night Tights tonight, which is going to be a little later. I'm going to pull up my P.O. box stuff, and I thank you, sir. I thank you, but I will show it all on Friday night and stuff. I got some amazing stuff in the P.O. box, and Peter Davison, you are a good man. Thank you so much, and give my best to your lovely and talented mother. Father Christopher Miller, who is a father. $2. Freakazoid want to go see bear ride. Want to go see a bear ride a motorcycle? Freakazoid. Thank you. Yes. Did I ever see a bear ride? I'm trying to think of the circus I went to. You know what? I used to go to the circus when I was a little kid. Remember Circus? I don't know if any of you guys remember Circus, but yeah, used to love it. It was weird. Mr. Roboto, thank you for the $2, Father Christopher. Mr. Roboto, $2. So Flex no longer a king of the beach? No. He's brokenhearted right now. They dissolved his girlfriend. I'm just, if somebody did that to my wife, I would just be burning the earth. I would forget the superhero code of ethics. That's why I wouldn't be a good superhero, because I'd just kill all the motherfuckers. But I would, basically use the Tywin Lannister wrote, if you kill all your enemies, you don't have any enemies. Tamarocks for $50 with just a thumbs up. Dude, thumbs up to you. That is very generous. Thank you for the $50 super chat. Jesus Christ, Tamarocks. And it's good to see you, my friend. How have you been? Hope things are well. Freaking Doom Patrol, man. I want to watch the episode again. I do. I want to watch the whole damn series again. I kind of want to own this. I hope they put it on Blu-ray. I hope there's some special features and stuff. Ever since I started the channel, my love for physical media has rekindled, which is a very bad habit. Very, very bad. Let's get back to the chat here. Not enough Alan Tudyk, though. Alan Tudyk is one of my favorite actors. Remember Wash, okay? Never forget Wash and his sacrifice. Dolores is his wife. Sorry, did I say girlfriend? I am sorry. That was his wife, which makes it worse. It does. It really does, because, there's commitment there and stuff. Good thing they didn't have any kids. Whoosh. Saw an animal drive a motorcycle at the start of every episode of Banana Splits. Banana Splits. KSS. The Banana effing Splits. That takes me back. The 70s were weird. It's almost like everybody was just on acid in the early 70s, even the kids. Maybe we were, and we just didn't know it. Die the hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Harvey Dent. One of the best quotes ever from a movie, straight up. Going to have book 4 for you next month, and shipping copy to Doomcock. Good. I should probably have time to read those over the summer once it slows down. I'm certain. I said this after Avengers Endgame, but I'm certain that things will slow down as they tend to do on YouTube over the summer. You're going to see some YouTubers panic a little bit. Things just slow down in the summer. It picks up when school's back in around fall. So my fellow YouTubers, don't sweat it. I've watched other YouTubers go through it, and it's just like, people go. So I decided I'm going to go on a summer tour. I'm going to meet some of y'all. I'm going to go around the America and hit some cities. And plus, I like road tripping anyway. I love driving. I know it's weird, but I will be traveling around. Look for more of that. We're going to talk about that tonight. I'm going to hit some comic conventions. And so I'll try to hit areas to where I'm close enough to a lot of people to where you can drive to me if you want. If you don't have to. If it's just one of you at a coffee shop, that's fine. But I'm hitting Route 66. Mecca Random 42 wants to be on the Exozone, but she's too shy to ask. Well, she doesn't need to be too shy to. She knows me. She knows me. We need to get a bunch of people on the Exozone. So Gregory DeGraff, I have no problem with that. But the whole thing with the Exozone is Doomcock and I equally own it, so I have to talk to Doomcock. I cannot make any decisions without Doomcock, and he can't make any without me because we respect each other. So, although he could, I really wouldn't care. If he wanted to bring somebody on, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But yeah, love Mecca. Gonna see her in Las Vegas. Can't wait. I heard Robot Rob Shlomo might go. I hope a bunch of YouTubers go. It's gonna be my 50th birthday. I want to have fun. Matthew Matson, what is up, my friend? How are you? How could Flex understand Sparky? Says Ziggy94. That is a great question. It probably has something to do with his power. I think we might get an answer to that. Now, there's a Flex Mentallo comic, guys. Now, he made his first appearance in Doom Patrol 35. Oh, man, I still got it. Doom Patrol 35. Oh, yes. Here it is. I highly recommend reading. If you guys can get the Doom Patrol, there are omnibuses that are pretty cheap. I can't recommend it enough. It's like just good reading. You get some Frank Quitely art sometimes. But yeah, there's Flex. There's good old Flex right there. Very interesting character. Grant Morrison, honestly, he's known for a lot of other things. I kind of think Doom Patrol's his best. Although the TV show Happy is something else. I'm sorry I couldn't cover it. I got, Game of Thrones took over my life, but Happy was amazing. I'll do a season 2 review on this channel. Probably, maybe that's what I'll make my Twitch live stream. By the way, all Twitch live streams will be streamed here as well. So I restream it. So I'll be on Twitch, DLive, and on this channel. So that's tomorrow at noonish. Remember with me, with times, there's a definite parentheses with an ish. Peter Davison, you survived Danger Island. Peter, did I? Maybe I'm not really alive. Maybe we're just all figments of your imagination. Maybe we're all living in a baby's dream. I don't know. Thank you, Chris Persia, for telling people to lick that like button. That phrase did start here. That phrase definitely started here. HR Puffin Stuff is all I got to say. Dragon Volder X, HR Puffin Stuff. Witchy Poo. That show freaked me out, but I was like 3 and 4 when I was watching it. So that was the show with the hat, where the magician's hat got all giant, right? And then they fell into the magician's hat, and then they were in HR Puffin Stuff land or whatever the hell it was. Yeah, that scared the crap out of me when I was a kid. But man, wouldn't that be great if they put that in Doom Patrol? That's the kind of Well, they were kind of doing stuff like that with Happy, with the kids show. And X-Files did a great episode on a kid show being creepy with Mr. Chuckleteeth. It was actually in their last season, and it was like, it's an all-time great X-Files episode. What's funny, I know we're talking about Doom Patrol. Those two last X-File episodes were largely garbage, except for there's 3 episodes that are just all-time classics within this just hot garbage. What's an Interista X Sempire. Harvey Dent is Two-Face. Yes, he is. And Two-Face is Harvey Dent. Well, they're both Two-Face. They're 2 distinct personalities. Bear, what's going on? Oh, last season of Angel. Oh, God, Smile Time. Yes, Ryan Connolly. I'm a huge, as a matter of fact, I'll show that off. Hang on. Look at the ceiling. Look at the ceiling. If I can turn my camera there. There's my Smile Time puppets right there. They made 3 actually. So they made an angel, a normal angel one, a battle damage one where the nose comes off, and then they made a spike one for some reason. And they're worth some money now. Uh-oh, Tongo, says Peter Davison. I don't even know what that's for, but did something happen? Do we have an earthquake today? Australian $10. Thank you so much. Banana Splits was directed by Richard Donner. Was it? I did not know that. That is hilarious. Richard Donner, director of the greatest superhero movie ever made, Superman the movie. That is crazy. Okay. So we got the final episode of the Doom Patrol next week. So I'm probably going to be on a little earlier next week. What I'll do is I will be on probably at noon. Well, hello. My beard says hello back, owner Tim. How you doing? And Lethal Weapon. Yes. Oh my God. I love Richard Donner. Could you imagine if DC had their shit together and they did a cinematic universe, I don't know, in the 80s, and Richard Donner was in charge of it? And, Christopher Reeve meeting Michael Keaton and Linda Carter, you could have just made her Wonder Woman. That wouldn't have sucked. And yeah, just think about it. In 89, Christopher Reeve still could have played Superman. Linda Carter still could have played Wonder Woman. Then you would have had The Flash. Okay, that was 1990, but I'm pushing it. But they could have done it. The Flash fully felt like it was in the Burton universe for sure. That would have been great. And we used to talk about that when we were kids. We knew at that time Warner Brothers owned everything. There was nothing stopping them. I love the episode in the last season of the X-Files with all the robots trying to kill Mulder and Scully. Cool. Yeah, that was cool. Oh, it's 2 more episodes, Uncle Remus? My bad. I thought there was only 1, but you're probably right. Let's see. Bump. Excuse the silence here. Yeah, there's 2 more. So there's okay, so this is not the penultimate, because the next episode is penultimate patrol. And they aren't naming episode 15. I wonder what the trailer. I'm trying to watch the trailer. I'll give you a little trailer reaction here. Oh, I don't want any freaking volume. That's bad. Oh, we get to see the origin of Mr. Nobody. Poe Body. Flexes. That's funny. Flex is hugging the crazy windy things that are in front of car dealerships. And we get a Superman drop. All right. Well, that looks good. I probably Chewbacca's falling. Hang on a second. I'll probably I don't know. I'm thinking about doing a video on the Watchmen video because I have lots of feelings about HBO's Watchmen, and they're not good. They're not good, but I've got to do a little research on it because I'm going to throw Alan Moore in their face because as much as Alan Moore hated the movie and hated the fact that they did before Watchmen and the Doomsday Clock, I can guarantee you he hates this thing most of all. Most of all. But I'll save that for the video. All right, so I'm gonna run. I've got to go to I got to go to Home Depot. It's a big day. Remember old school? Got to go to Crate and Barrel, Home Depot if there's time. Big day. I'm gonna be rearranging the studio. Now, don't worry, it's still gonna look awesome. But I'm taking this bookcase and I'm moving it over there, which you can't see, and I'm gonna put more action figures and I need to display way more Doctor Who stuff. So yeah, I've got another 1/6 scale TARDIS I need to put up, and I got my big shipment of Doctor Who DVDs today. Giant box came in. So we're gonna be doing lots of Doctor Who on the Patreon. Captain Fuckhead for one. You just want to donate, so I say Captain Fuckhead. I'm just kidding. Captain Fuckhead is on the bridge. Thank you for the £1. I appreciate it, my friend. Peter Davison, Australian $5. Danger Island is a metaphor for civilization. Well, we're all in danger then, Peter. We're all in deep, deep, deep danger. Somebody sent me the weirdest subject today, which I mean, I don't cover political stuff, but Microsoft Word is going woke. Yes. Oh yes. So you know what? It's perfect for Dave Cullen. So I sent that to Dave Cullen, and we'll see if he does a video on it. It's freaking crazy. So yeah, we're all going crazy. It's all going crazy. So enjoy the good stuff while you can. Before it all ends. But I will be back on the regular channel tonight at 8:30 p.m. Pacific time. I do apologize. It's late tonight, but my buddy is getting his 24-year chip at Alcoholics Anonymous, and I can't miss it. One of my best buds. So I'm going to go see him get his chip, pat him on the back, give him a man hug, haul ass back here, get with Comics Division, and we'll be live tonight. Game of Thrones video on Saturday. I wasn't going to make one, but then something came up. And then, of course, we're covering Game of Thrones pretty much all day Sunday. So I will be back here for Friday for Doom Patrol. Don't forget, Good Omens comes out in about 3 weeks. I am so excited for this show. So the first review will be, so I'll do like a big season review on the main channel, but over here, we're going to do episode by episode. That's right. They're dropping it all at once, but I'm going to do episode by episode. I love Good Omens. See, you Brits are just the best at writing. It's probably because, I don't know, you're just smarter. I'm just going to say smarter. I'll say it. I don't care. I'm unvirtuous. Larry. No, well, unless you want to be. I'm going to say, no, you're not, but unless you want to be, then you are. You are whatever you want to be. How's that? Did you watch Chernobyl on HBO? Man, I can't. That looks depressing as hell. It looks good, though. I mean, looks like the production looks amazing. And Doomcock said it looked pretty good. Just use, yeah. Oh, I won't use Microsoft Word. I wouldn't touch it anyway. Definitely use Open Office. Oh, no. Really? High Plains Drift? Oh, was that the last episode? Twilight Zone episode 7 was about toxic masculinity. Oh, boy. That's such a fresh, hot take. Toxic masculinity. Yeah. Yeah. That made me think of something that I'm going to talk about on Friday. I wish I could display my action figures like that, but my house isn't big enough. Well, that's why you use walls, Matthew. That's why I use the walls. My house is small. I mean, for a house, for what it effing cost, it's small. So living space, I only have 1,200 square feet. Yeah, it's not that big. I mean, I have a garage the entire length of the house that I can use and we have a bedroom downstairs, so I guess I should count that. But it's not that big at all. Got a big backyard though, and in San Francisco that is rare. Gary, if the Titanverse didn't flop, what show do you want? I want Donna Troy show, the style of Wonder Woman show in the 80s. That'd be cool. If they got rid of Akiva Goldsman and kept the same damn cast and for God's sakes use some orange makeup on the girl playing Starfire. I don't care what actual color she is. She needs to be orange because she's Starfire. And if they did that and they made an attempt to you want to talk about a show that shot dark. Jesus Christ, you can't see anything in that show. Yeah. I would be okay with it. I like the kid who plays Robin, and I love the girl who plays Donna Troy is amazing, and Hawk and Dove are pretty good too. They just have terrible writing. All right, everybody, I'm gonna run more Doctor Who while the current one dies. It's pretty dead. There is no interest in that show, like zero. That article went out saying, "Hey, we're gonna have a Doctor Who episode this year," and nobody cared. Nobody cared. And real quick, Rebecca Gold, you'll remember this. So apparently the BBC is considering taking fan ideas for a Christmas special. Who suggested that? I did 2 videos on that. So I'm glad they're doing that. But now that's just a rumor right now. So I don't know, but it's been going around. All right. I think everybody's just waiting for the next Doctor. Hawk and Dove series for me. Yeah. The Hawk and Dove was good. I mean, there's good things within a bad show. I don't like who's playing, the girl who's playing, Raven sucks. She's not very good. The girl playing Starfire actually has a personality off screen. And if they allow her to use that as Starfire because Starfire is not Starfire. It's not even anything like the character at all. But nowadays they can't write women who are bubbly and fun because that's looked at as weak for some reason. I have no idea. I have no explanation for it. All right, everybody, have a very good day. I will see you in about 5 hours. If you guys, some of you are still awake. If not, there'll be a video on it. I'll be with Comics Division, and we will be talking about any thoughts on season 4 of Lucifer on Netflix. When did it start? I'm confused. Did it start? Here, before I go, because we will review it here if it has started. Oh yeah, shit. Yeah, so I'll probably do like a season 1 review with Mrs. Nerdrotic here. Wow, nobody said anything. That really went over like a blip. Okay, now I really got to go. But you guys are wonderful. Thank you for all the super chats. Peter Davison, Captain Fuckhead, Peter Davison, Tamarox for $50, Mr. Roboto, Father Christopher Miller for $2, and Peter Davison. I appreciate you all. That really does help, believe it or not. That helps me make more content for you guys. There will be lots more content. Look for a summer of fun. There's going to be I'm going to be putting a lot of videos up here that I can't put up in the other channel because I don't give a crap if anybody watches them or not. So there'll be a lot of fun Doctor Who stuff. Like I'm going to be doing reviews of, I'm trying to get together with Bull's Trek, and we're going to probably do like reviews of episodes we liked. So everybody have a great day, and we do not kneel over here.